At 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
On GMSA this morning, you might be looking for good deals this holiday season. We'll break down what experts say about spending, inflation, and how to shop smart this year. Local small businesses are facing tough times and they need your support this Small Business Saturday to keep their community strong. KSAT's Devin Karp is showing us what that looks like.
And we are seeing peaks of sunshine. Today is actually going to be a pretty nice day, but starting tonight, cold front moves through. I've got a window for storms, and we're going to talk about how chilly we'll get coming up.
Good morning.
Morning.
9 a.m. on your Saturday, November 29th. Sorry to Sarah Spivey, whose Aggies lost last night.
You know what? It was a good game, Sarah. It really was. I stayed up way too late, and I watched the game.
All of it?
Pretty much.
Wow, I didn't even do that.
I just love that this rivalry is back. Even though my Ags lost, I love that the rivalry is back. I started at Texas A&M in 2012 when the rivalry ended. So this is kind of very exciting for me.
Well, I'm glad you're being a good loser.
Thank you. I love how she emphasized the word loser.
Loser.
There. Okay.
That was fun.
All right. I promised the pollen count to you. Here it is. Molds are actually down from yesterday. They were moderate, so this is good news here. As we take a look at the airport, it's going to be very busy across the skies today. In fact, we've already got information on some delays, especially up near Chicago. I'll show you that here in about 10 minutes or so. But for now, let's talk about San Antonio's weather. 64 degrees in the Alamo City. We are seeing some areas of patchy fog, especially up in the hill country. Visibility down to very low up near Los Maples. This is because yesterday we had some overnight drizzle, and that has allowed for there to be a lot of ground saturation. 74 today for the high. We're going to be warmer this afternoon than we have been in a few days, but then that front arrives tonight after close to midnight. So we do have a small window for storms that we'll talk about in just a little bit, but it is going to be windy and much colder tomorrow. 50 degrees for the high, that's it. And with those gusts up to 45 miles per hour, you're going to want to dig out that winter coat. Coming up, a timeline for the potential for storms in just a bit.
Sarah, thank you. Okay, this holiday season, saving money is top of mind for many, but the big question is, will you find good deals this year? While Black Friday shopping isn't the crazy shoulder-to-shoulder crowd it used to be, we saw cars and shoppers coming and going all day long yesterday. America is expected to break a record with over $1 trillion spent this holiday season. That's according to the National Retail Federation. But two San Antonio professors that we spoke to say there's more to the story. They predict that individual spending will likely be lower this year, especially here in our city. And we're looking at factors like the government shutdown and current unemployment rates that are going to impact buyers.
Overall, we have not seen the drastic drops in a lot of products.
Food is probably going to be an item that is actually being sold more often during the holidays for gifting to others.
And we're told inflation and tariffs are the major reason for these high prices. That's why economists are recommending that you price check before buying, target discounts by products, and shop this holiday season early. And with prices rising across the board, local small businesses, they're really feeling that financial burden. But you can support them by showing up for Small Business Saturday. I spoke with local shop owners who say that the support today will get them through the holiday season.
It's definitely been a struggle, and it's a very scary time.
We have been faced with hardship.
Small businesses are feeling the hardships of added tariffs and higher prices. It's why local small businesses are counting on customers to show up for Small Business Saturday. Uriel Diaz has owned Carolina's Antiques with his family for over 20 years on Blanco, but they just moved to the south side on South Flores. The problem is they can't physically open their new building until January because of zoning issues with the city. So the holiday rush, it's up in the air.
Especially with what we're going through right now with the rezoning and not being able to fully open to the public. It's a very scary time on top of everything else that's happening.
It's why they are hosting a sidewalk sale with 15 other vendors at 2024 South Flores from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. On Small Business Saturday, you can get authentic items from Mexico, local artisan crafts, Christmas decor, and everything puro San Antonio.
You're gonna think, man, this is so San Antonio. This is the spot where you're gonna get it.
Dia says showing up for Small Business Saturday is supporting more than just a business.
Me, my brother, my sister, my mom, we all live from this business, so you're literally supporting a family. Plus, we, like with the markets and stuff, we bring other local artists, other small businesses, so you're not just helping Carolinas, you're helping all those other small businesses that we're giving a platform.
Alma Pina manages the Guadalupe Latino bookstore on the west side, where everything sold there is made or written by local Westsiders.
So that is something very unique to us that separates us from the big box stores. So when you see a product on our shelf, on our main display here, or a book, you're gonna put a name and a face from the west side to the product.
The bookstore will be having an event on Small Business Saturday from 8:30 in the morning to 10 a.m. on 1300 Guadalupe Street.
We need the support to continue our stories, to continue our culture, and be here for our next generation.
So you can also shop local at the Tobin Performing Arts Center. They're hosting a free holiday art market featuring only local vendors from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Lots of great holiday gifts there. You can also stop by Brackenridge Park. Well, they'll be featuring only local vendors and small businesses from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. All right, today is Small Business Saturday, like we told you earlier, and we're going to take a live look where the city of San Antonio is coming together to support mom and pops. This is a proclamation happening by District 5 City Council Terry Castillo. And so this is happening where Devin Karp is, and I actually interviewed them earlier yesterday. This is at the Guadalupe Cultural Arts Center at the Latino Bookstore on 1300 Guadalupe Street. They're going to be kicking off, you know, getting the city of San Antonio excited for Small Business Saturday. They not just at the Latino bookstore there, but they have other vendors at that location. This is happening till 10 o'clock this morning. That bookstore is very cool. Like we just heard in my story earlier, lots of really cool children's books, arts and crafts, artisan jewelry. Just head out there on the west side. It's a really cute area with that bookstore and other vendors setting up as well. All right, several people are hurt and one person is in critical condition this morning after a single car crash. So this happened Friday afternoon in Northeast Bexar County on Benz Engelman Road near Wood Lake Parkway. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office says one person was taken to the hospital in critical condition while the others were not seriously hurt. The cause of the crash is still under investigation. Meanwhile, this woman is in police custody after allegedly leading police on a chase on the northeast side. This is 29-year-old Cara Nadine Corona. Live Oak police say they tried to pull over Corona Thursday night while she was driving down I-35 going south. Police say the car did slow down, but then it took off. An officer then found Corona's car rolled over near O'Connor Road. That officer says Corona got out and smelled like alcohol. A man was in the car with her. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition. Corona was arrested and charged with evading arrest. It's 9:08 and 64 degrees outside. Up next, discover how volunteering makes a big impact at San Antonio's Marathon Weekend and how it can inspire you to take on new challenges.
Alrighty, we are going to see some sun today. It's actually going to be our warmest day in quite some time in San Antonio, but cold front arrives tonight, and that completely changes the weather. I'll have a look at how cold we'll get, plus across the nation, airport delays.
The San Antonio Marathon now is just a week away, and many runners here in our area are getting ready for the big weekend. San Antonio Sports hosting this inaugural San Antonio Marathon, which includes a Friday evening 5K under holiday lights, the expo, and then the half marathon and full marathon on Sunday. But with all these events, it takes thousands of volunteers to make it happen.
Come on down! Woo-hoo! You're giving back to the community and you're helping someone succeed. And you don't know, it could be the very first time somebody's running a marathon.
Heather Hepp knows the importance of having volunteers on a race route.
Free water!
She's been a volunteer for years, but she's also a runner.
It's so impactful that somebody who's affected my journey, I now have that opportunity to share that same experience with them on the other side of the water.
Heather is one of hundreds of volunteers who will be helping out at the inaugural San Antonio Marathon weekend. San Antonio Sports is hosting the weekend-long event, which includes a 5K, an expo, the half marathon, and the full marathon. And so far, they say the response has been tremendous.
We're anticipating 18,000 plus registrations over the 3 events that we have, our 5K, our half, and our full. And so just couldn't be happier about the support we've seen.
And with all those registrations, San Antonio Sports needs more volunteers.
We need quite a few more people to come out, help us at our 5K on Friday night. We need volunteers at the expo and then at the finish line, which I think is the most rewarding place to volunteer as you see all those runners cross the line.
I think it's just really cool that we now have our own marathon.
Dan Andrews tells us that volunteering actually inspired him to run.
I hear that not only are you volunteering on Friday for the 5K, Saturday for the expo, you are also going to run on Sunday.
After volunteering a couple of years, I decided that seeing the people picking up their packets and things, if they could do it, I could do it. So about 4 years ago, I ran my first half marathon ever, and I've been running it every year since.
And if you would like to volunteer, you can get that information on the San Antonio Sports website, sanantoniosports.org. And if you're running the marathon, half marathon, or 5K during San Antonio Marathon weekend, we want to hear from you. KSAT is inviting runners to share their stories ahead of the marathon weekend. You can find that link on our website, ksat.com.
Early indications are that the weather could be okay. So, but again, that is still a little ways away, more than 7 days. So we will keep you posted. There's a lot of weather to cover though before next weekend, Sarah. Today is going to be pretty mild. You know, we're going to have peaks of sunshine, mostly cloudy skies, temperatures in the 70s, 74 degrees for the high. We're starting to see the sun peek out in places around San Antonio. That's after overnight we had some drizzle. Now, as far as our rain chances go in San Antonio, tonight I do think we could see a few storms. Chances stand at 40%, so a lot of people are still not going to see rain. But the reason for the storms is a cold front, and this cold front is going to be very potent. Take a look at high temperatures forecast across the nation. We're going to be in the 70s and even in the 80s in South Texas, but up in the northern tier, they're going to struggle to get above freezing. There are winter storm warnings all in effect because of this system. Take a look at all of the snow associated with this and ice. The cold front itself is working its way through the panhandle, but right now we're seeing a lot of snow in areas in the Midwest, including Chicago, where, of course, you have Chicago O'Hare, big airport, big hub, and right now, Chicago O'Hare on a ground stop until at least 9:30. Earlier, there were 3-hour delays on average. We're also seeing delays of about 40 minutes in Nashville. And earlier this morning, there was a brief ground stop in the Dallas-Fort Worth area that has since been lifted. So if you're flying today, check with your airline because, again, this system is going to cause headaches not just for Chicago, but across the nation. As for travel across Texas, maybe you or your family are traveling today on the roads. Things look okay. One exception to that is some storms up near Dallas in the afternoon and some rain out near Houston later on today as well. But the rain in San Antonio is going to hold off until a small window, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. That's only 3 hours that we have the possibility for storms tonight. And most of the storm chances are going to be east of San Antonio. Areas like Seguin, New Braunfels, Luling, Gonzales, LaGrange, Hallettsville. That's where storm chances are highest. Even then, only about 40 to 60% along that front. If those storms can get going, they could become severe. We're talking 60-mile-per-hour gusts and quarter-sized hail for the strongest of the storms. Meteorologist Shelby Ebertowski will be here on the Night Beat covering any and all storms that are going to be going on. And again, that window for storms is very small. Not everybody's seeing rain, only 40% chance. Everybody will expect gusty winds, though, tomorrow morning. Winds are going to be gusting up to 40 to 45 miles per hour behind that front. So think about your Christmas decorations that are outside. If they're lightweight, if If you have those Christmas inflatables, make sure they're deflated because it's going to be very windy overnight into tomorrow morning. Then by the afternoon tomorrow, our winds will calm down, but temperatures are going to be chilly. Tomorrow in San Antonio, we're only going to get up to 50 degrees. That's it. You're going to want the jacket all day long. Tomorrow is a big travel day too. If your kids are heading back to college, maybe to Texas Tech or out toward UT or Texas A&M, know that they're going to have to deal with these north winds, keeping a tight grip on the steering wheel, but rain chances are not very high tomorrow across the state, so there's that. But again, it's going to be gusty tomorrow and blustery. It is only going to be 50 degrees during the day after that small chance for storms tonight with the arrival of that cold front, and the chill sticks around. Monday, we have the potential for a few more showers, light rain showers, about 40% chance then as well, and a high only in the 40s, so another cold day. We'll briefly see the sun on Tuesday, but another front arrives Thursday. That allows for us to be cloudy and cool. December will feel a lot like December as we start the month on Monday and into next week. Hey, I briefly mentioned Christmas decorations. Sarah, a lot of people want to set up their Christmas lights outside this weekend. I've got to look at the best window to do that because, again, there is a lot of weather this weekend.
Thank you. I'll be looking forward to that. Or my husband can do it.
Yes. I'll tell you when you can tell your husband to set up the Christmas lights.
Thank you, Sarah. It is 9:21 and 64 degrees. Up next, San Antonio's holiday spirit shines bright with a massive tree, Santa, and a surprise gift from HEB. We'll tell you who the lucky ones are and what HEB gave them. That's after the break. Well, now that Thanksgiving is over, San Antonio is focused on the next set of holidays. Just look at that beautiful display downtown. Travis Park has a 50-foot Christmas tree. It's covered in more than 10,000 lights and decorated with handmade ornaments, courtesy of HEB. The lighting ceremony also included music, giveaways, and of course, the big man himself, Santa. And what's Christmas without a couple of gifts? So HEB presented a $50,000 check to the San Antonio Public Library Foundation and the Carver Library. And it's the season of giving, and the Salvation Army of San Antonio is calling on the community to help come together. They've once again launched their Red Kettle campaign, which helps provide Christmas meals and now supports a wide range of year-round services for those in need. So from now until December 24th, you can be on the lookout for those red buckets around town. Donations fund the Salvation Army's efforts to combat poverty, homelessness, addiction, and provide support like food, shelter, job training, and disaster relief. KSAT is also participating in this fundraiser, part of a citywide competition to do some good. You can scan that QR code you see in the corner of your screen there if you're interested in learning more. 9:26 and 64 degrees. The long-awaited Lone Star Showdown finally happened last night, and the Longhorns, well, they took charge. Stay with us for all the highlights and post-game reaction.
They're continuing to build, and the roads and the infrastructure, everything's under construction at the same time.
A crash on 211 in Potranco left one person dead this week, while neighbors in the area say crashes here on the far west side, they're inevitable. 9:30 on your Saturday. Thank you so much for waking up with us this morning. It's November 29th, end of November. On to Christmas, and it's going to feel like some good holiday weather.
Oh my gosh, it's going to feel very much like December this week, Sarah. But today is mainly going to be about the humidity, and it's actually going to be pretty warm.
Okay.
So if you're a fan of warm weather, soak it up because it's just going to last today. Here's a look at how much rain fell overnight. Most of us saw a drizzle overnight, and you might be seeing that there's a bit of dew out there early this morning. Generally, about 1/10 of an inch of rain fell in many places. At the airport, it was 17/100 of an inch of rainfall. And as we have ended Thanksgiving, it is the weekend after Thanksgiving. You may be wanting to put up those Christmas lights. This morning, not a great idea because it's still damp from overnight drizzle. But this afternoon, it's actually going to be good. I would choose this afternoon over any other time this weekend because we're going to have some sun. It'll be pleasant and in the 70s. But by tomorrow morning, we're going to have a cold front. It is going to be very windy. We're going to see gusts up to 45 miles per hour. You definitely don't want to be fighting those winds in the early morning hours trying to set up those outdoor Christmas lights or Christmas decorations. And even tomorrow afternoon, if you're okay with chilly weather, it'll be near 50. There will be less winds. It'll be all right to set up those outdoor Christmas decorations, but I would pick today over any other time this weekend. Hey, that front is already causing major delays across the nation. I'll have a look at airport delays. Plus, we'll take a look at a small window for storms tonight as that front moves through. Winter storms most likely for San Antonio and points east. Details soon.
Sarah, thank you. New this morning, 3 people injured after a bar fight that led to a shooting on the far north side. So this happened around 2 o'clock in the morning on Potranco Road, not far from Loop 1604. Police say they responded to a bar fight and heard several shots were fired. Luckily, no one was hit by that gunfire. However, when police arrived, they found a security guard and 2 others that were hurt from the fight. 2 victims were sent to the hospital. Now, as for who the shooter was, that person is on the run, and we are still waiting to hear what conditions they are all in. Okay, 3 days ago, there was a deadly crash that happened at an intersection of 211 and Potranco Road. 1 person died. Locals tell Zaria Oates this is the spot, it's dangerous, and they blame the area's rapid growth for all of these incidents.
A serious crash on 211 at Potranco in far west Bexar County Wednesday evening sent 4 people to the hospital. We learned Friday from the Bexar County Sheriff's Office that 1 person died after they got to the hospital. We're still working to learn more information about who that person was and the other 3 people who were injured. Several people posted on social media after the crash that this area of Potranco Road has constant issues. So we went and asked people what they think the problem is.
They're continuing to build, and the roads and the infrastructure, everything's under construction at the same time.
A lot of houses and the roads and the infrastructure is just not really there to support it. There's just so much traffic flowing through here, and they keep on trying to build new things.
Others say the problem is how fast people are driving.
The speed is a little bit too high. Normally when I'm coming around 60 miles an hour. I usually have to drop down to like 40 just to allow them to speed up in a good time.
It's all kind of being built right along this corridor, left, right, north, south up here. And it's just, they haven't thought anything about the road so far. So it doesn't surprise me there's a lot of wrecks out that intersection.
The solution? Carol says it might just be pausing construction.
They've got to slow down on the building and do the roads maybe first, or do a section at a time and get it done with.
It feels like they've just forgot to think about the roadways out here while they're building up everything.
Zaria Oates, KSAT 12 News.
Zaria, thank you. Well, Wednesday, December 3rd at 11 a.m., join KSAT Community Live for a town hall that could save you extra headache this holiday season. Our Stephanie Cerna, alongside experts from RBFCU and the Better Business Bureau, will be here to share how to protect yourself, recover from scams, and spot the most common holiday tricks. You can share your story at ksatcommunity.com. Okay, the city wants to know how you would like the Riverwalk to be better. From now until January 31st, you can take a survey to share your thoughts. Does the Riverwalk need more parking, more restaurants, or cleaner water? This is your chance. You can see that QR code there. Go ahead and scan it, and it's going to take you to ksat.com to find the survey link. Don't miss your chance. That survey stays open until January 31st. All right, the Lone Star Showdown that everyone's been waiting for, especially Sarah Spivey, was the Longhorns versus the Aggies. And it happened in Austin after more than 10 years waiting for this. Our sports reporter Ashley Gonzalez takes you to the heart of the action with all the highlights and post-game reaction.
Good morning, San Antonio. I'm Ashley Gonzalez, all the way out here in Austin, Texas, for the Lone Star Showdown that everyone's been talking about all week, all month, A&M at UT. Now, it's been more than 10 years since the Aggies paid the Longhorns a visit, and the Longhorns sure were ready for it. Undefeated no more, the Aggies had everything to lose last night, but didn't show up in the second half at all. That's when the Longhorns came back and outscored them by 24 points. The Aggies, on the other hand, only had 7. Coming up later in sports, we'll have post-game reaction. But that'll do it for now. I'm Ashley Gonzalez in Austin, KSAT 12 Sports.
Well, today is Small Business Saturday, a day to help locally owned shops after big box retailers had the spotlight yesterday for Black Friday. And our Devin Karp is live where the city of San Antonio is coming together to support moms and pops. And now you're at Brackenridge Park. Good morning, Devin.
Yeah, that's right, Sarah. Good morning. We're over here at Joski Pavilion. This is one of the many markets that's being set up today to help small businesses in a year when they've really needed it. And hey, what better time to get some holiday shopping done while you're at it, too. I'm over here this morning with Martin, who helps set things up. Good morning, man. How's it going?
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Okay, so tell me, what do we got going on here today?
Yeah, so we're at Brackenridge Park here at Joski Pavilion. We have 20-plus local businesses. You can pick from tallow, jewelry, salsa, macrame, crochet, all kinds of local small businesses. Come find your holiday shopping needs here locally at Brackenridge from 10 to 4 today.
Awesome. That's so great. Talk to me. How important is it to, Small Business Saturday, support some of these awesome community vendors? It's a pretty cool thing to do.
Yeah, so when you come support local, you're helping a family, you're helping a small business owner, you're kind of making your community flourish. So it's so important for you to just show up for those small businesses and those communities.
Yeah, and if you take a look around here, you can see there's a pretty wide variety of different stuff that's here. There's a little bit of something for everyone, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Come join us here at the Texas Market. Yeah, we're super excited to see y'all today.
Awesome, fantastic. Well, hey, thanks for letting me be here this morning, Martin. Absolutely. I appreciate it. For sure. We'll see if we can get some own KSAT shopping done here in the meantime, though. But this is a pretty good spot if you want to get something done. According to the city of San Antonio, for every $100 you spend locally, 68 of that goes right back into our local economy, helping out families, mom and shops, and local places. For now, I'll send it back to you guys on Small Business Saturday. I'm Devin Karp, KSAT 12 News.
Good place to get some Christmas presents, some unique gifts. Thank you, Devin. 9:38 and 64 degrees. The holiday lights, well, they're shining bright in the Alamo City. After the break, we'll show you the best spots to get into the holiday spirit with your family. Ready to bake up a storm this holiday season. After the break, we've got the top kitchen gadgets that'll make your baking easier than ever.
We're seeing peaks of sunshine out there. That's nice after a cloudy day yesterday. We are going to be warm today, but soak it up if you like the warm weather because it's going to be blustery tomorrow. I'll have a look at how chilly we'll be coming up.
All right, the holiday baking season is in full swing. Before you plug in that mixer or preheat the toaster oven, you want to make sure you're using the best items. Stephanie Cerna with a list of some of the top tested kitchen items to make baking easier this holiday season.
'Tis the season for holiday baking, but if your kitchen tools aren't up for the task, Consumer Reports is here with its Baking Essentials Guide.
Every year, we look at hundreds of baking and cooking appliances, and we put them through some really rigorous tests. And we found that you don't have to spend a whole lot of money to get a good quality small appliance.
Take stand mixers. Testers whip cream, make batches of chocolate chip cookies, and knead dough. This Waring commercial mixer comes out on top, but it costs more than $800. Consider this budget-friendly option from Hamilton Beach instead. But not everyone needs a stand mixer. For less intense mixing and whipping, a good hand mixer gets the job done.
So hand mixers are ideal for whipping cream and egg whites and making cake batter and preparing sauces and gravies. Plus, if you're on a budget or you're short on space, they're less expensive and they're smaller.
Consumer Reports handed the top spot to this Breville for its impressive whipping and mixing. For under $100, this KitchenAid hand mixer is also a great option. For an appliance that helps you prep and bake, a food processor is a must. For under $200, this top-scoring Cuisine Art Pro can chop, slice, shred, puree, and even mix certain types of dough. For small batch baking or when you need extra space, Consumer Reports says don't forget about your toaster oven.
Consider the convection setting if there is one for the most evenly baked results. Also use the lowest rack to prevent burning.
Stephanie Cerna, KSAT 12 News.
A few more toaster oven baking tips from Consumer Reports, not from me. Consider adjusting the baking temperature for about 25 degrees as toaster ovens tend to heat up faster and cook faster. Aluminum, cast iron, and non-stick are all great options for toaster oven bakeware. Just make sure it fits your oven before you start baking it, Sarah.
That's good advice.
Sure.
I love cooking over the holidays.
I don't cook, so I don't know. I love benefiting from the people like you who cook over the holidays.
And your husband cooks great.
Yes,
He's a great
he
cook.
does.
All right, so we have got a lot to talk about in the weather because today and tomorrow couldn't be farther from each other, a very different weather. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at your forecast for the day today. Today's going to be the nicer day of the two. We're going to be seeing some sunshine with a high of 74. Really, it isn't until late tonight that we start to see changes. So a cold front will approach, and by 10, 11, 12, so 10 p.m., 11 or midnight, we'll have some storms in the area because of a cold front. And those storms have the potential to be strong or severe. I'll show you the futurecast here in a bit, but I want to put everything together for you on your screen. Today, 74 with that afternoon warmth. There's only a 40% chance for storms overnight tonight. So some folks will not get rain. Most folks will not get rain. And most of the rain will be east of San Antonio. But if you live in the city of San Antonio, you have a 40% chance to see storms tonight. Then tomorrow, completely different. A high of only 50 degrees. It's going to be blustery. Temperatures struggling to get out of the 40s. In the morning, we'll have a wind chill, and it is going to stay cloudy. So totally different tomorrow. That cold front is all a part of a larger system that is causing some major headaches for travel today. Look at all of the snow across the northern tier of the United States. Here's where that cold front is right now, moving through the Panhandle, approaching the Lubbock area, and that center of low pressure is moving through Kansas City as we speak. As we take a look at the airport delays, I was just checking in. Chicago O'Hare now no longer on a ground stop, but their average time for delays is about 5 hours right now. And Nashville Airport's closer to 40 minutes. So there are some major delays out there. I anticipate more as we see that domino effect continue. No delays, though, at the major delays at the Texas airports. And if you're traveling along the roads today or you have friends and family going up to Dallas, there will be a few storms in the afternoon. Going out toward Houston, there will be a couple of showers in the afternoon. But in San Antonio, our storm chances really don't start until 10 p.m. And it's a very small window, only 3 hours, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. We have a very small window for storms. And as I mentioned, most of those storms will be east. That's where the highest chance for storms is. Seguin, New Braunfels, San Marcos, Luling, Floresville, Stockdale, Gonzales, Hallettsville, LaGrange. These areas have a higher chance of rain than San Antonio. If you get a storm, even in San Antonio, the potential is there for it to be severe with perhaps up to quarter-sized hail or damaging wind gusts. It is a very small window. Meteorologist Shelby Ebertowski will be here tonight to track those storms. Otherwise, everybody is going to be seeing the wind tomorrow. We're going to see wind gusts of up to 45 miles per hour early in the morning. So if you have wind chimes outside, lightweight Christmas decorations, Christmas inflatables, make sure those inflatables are deflated and anchor down those Christmas decorations. By the afternoon tomorrow, though, our wind gusts will come down quite a bit. And again, it's going to be a chilly day tomorrow. The high only 50 degrees. Tomorrow is, of course, the busiest travel day across the nation. Maybe you have kids that are going back to college up in the Panhandle. It's going to be cold in the 30s. Up near Dallas, it's going to be in the 40s. Generally, the only major issue across the roads as far as weather goes are going to be those winds. Winds will be from the north at about, again, as I mentioned, 30 miles per hour. And so if you're traveling east to west, have a firm grip on that steering wheel and watch out for those high-profile vehicles. They tend to wobble a little bit like trailers do whenever we have those gusty winds. So just different every single day here. It's a lot to cover. Some storms tonight with that front, a high of only 50 degrees tomorrow. It's not going to rain during the day tomorrow, but Monday does look damp at times. 40% coverage of some showers and a high of only 49. So December starts feeling like December. It's going to be cold. The only day we're going to see sun in the next several days is Tuesday. Clouds return. Another cold front arrives on Thursday, and highs will only be in the 50s. So you're going to get a good use out of some of those winter coats and sweaters over the next several days.
Sarah, thank you.
You're welcome.
The weather, I'm excited for the weather.
Me too.
Holiday weather.
And by the way, I'm still hurting from my Texas A&M loss last night.
I didn't want to bring it up.
Here's the thing. I love a good rivalry. Congratulations to Texas.
She's a great loser.
They deserved that win yesterday.
Go Longhorns. 9:51, 66 degrees. I love this. The holiday spirit is here. Moon Valley Nurseries giving away free Christmas trees to local heroes today. Don't go anywhere. We're going to tell you how you can get one of these free trees. Taking a look outside with TransGuide. This is the really annoying backup happening on South 35 at Floridas, just because those 2 lanes are closed. Construction has been happening for a couple of weeks now, and it looks like it's going to be around for a couple more. So if this is in your route, this is usually if you're headed down to like Market Square, Hemisphere, anywhere like that. Make sure you plan for an extra 10 minutes in your commute. We'll be right back.